What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, this past weekend, this past Saturday night, we had another superstar emerge in the light heavyweight division. He was already a superstar at the super middleweight division and a two-time WBC super middleweight undefeated world champion. That is the Mexican Ecuadorian superstar boxer, David Benavidez, El Monstro. David Benavidez is now 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. David Benavidez dominating this fight this past Saturday. A hard-fought dominating fight that he was in control of against Cuban star title contender who was considered a boogeyman, a southpaw who was as big as him or bigger, and he was considered to be ducking, and that's David Morrell Jr. David Morrell Jr. is a Cuban school boxer who has power, who's a southpaw, come from this Cuban school of boxing, and the world said that David Benavidez was ducking David Morrell. Well, David Benavidez, he said, let me answer the bell. And let me show you I wasn't ducking Morrell. And he did just that. Now, he got dropped, I believe it was the 10th or 11th round. But when you look at it, was he really dropped? No. But anyway, with that said, he's made himself the mandatory challenger for the highly anticipated undisputed light heavyweight rematch showdown between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Beterbiev is undefeated. 21 wins, no losses, no draw, 20 wins by way of knockout. He's 5'11" and a half with a 73-inch arm reach. And he's 37 years of age. And Dmitry Bivol, who took a loss to Artur Beterbiev in his last fight, is slightly younger. He's 34 years of age, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch arm reach. And David Benavidez was a sparring partner for Dmitry Bivol, so they're very, very familiar with one another. And Dmitry Bivol, he beat the man David Benavidez was chasing in Saul Canelo Alvarez, first ballot Hall of Famer, and he outclassed Canelo Alvarez. Now, I picked Dmitry Bivol to beat Beterbiev in that fight, but he lost. I thought he was outboxing him, and I actually thought he won the fight, but he didn't get the nod. He lost. So with that said, nonetheless, they got a rematch coming up February 22nd. And it don't look like either which one of them are truly, truly interested in fighting the Mexican monster, who's 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach, very accurate with extreme fast hands and extreme high work rate. Dmitry Bivol is very familiar with Benavidez, as I stated. They've been sparring partners. Now, he said he got the best of David Benavidez in sparring. And Artur Beterbiev is saying he's either going to move up to cruiserweight or could possibly retire because he's 38 or 39 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. So he's an older fighter. I don't think either one of them truly, truly wants any parts of David Benavidez. Now, I think both of them have the skill set to beat David Benavidez, but that's going to be a tough task and feat for them to pull off because David Benavidez has such a high work rate. He's so rangy. He's bigger than both of them. Unlike David Morrell. Benavidez is 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach, but he has a slender, narrow shoulder frame. Morrell was very wide shoulders with a 78.5-inch arm reach at 6'1.5", 6'2". He looked way bigger than David Benavidez, and he has power. Beterbiev is 5'11", okay, with a 73-inch arm reach. So Benavidez is 3 inches taller and has a 2-inch arm reach advantage. Bivol is 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. So he's 2 inches taller than Bivol and has a 3-inch arm reach advantage over Dmitry Bivol, right? So with that said, he's going to be the naturally bigger guy. Now, the problem with Beterbiev is he's a monster for real with his power. Brutal power. Stunning one-punch knockout power. Right? But how's he going to deal with the work rate at the age that he is? And Bivol is not a big puncher at all. He's a technician. He's a pure boxer. And that work rate, I don't think Bivol can hurt Benavidez at all. Now, anything can happen in boxing, but I don't think so. And I don't think that his movement is going to be enough to offset David Benavidez to win that fight. I think that Beterbiev has the best chance to beat him because he has that one-punch knockout power, and David Benavidez still makes grave mistakes where he squares up and throws his punches squared up and throws arm punches and walks straight in to try to close the gap. But once he's there and his work rate and his combination punching and ability to go to the body, he broke David Morrell down to the body. That's going to be a problem for Beterbiev or Bivol. And I don't think either one of them are truly excited about the idea of fighting him. And it looks like they both could possibly duck him. Now, if Bivol wins the fight, then they have an excuse to duck him because they will have to have a trilogy. If Beterbiev wins the fight, he has no excuse. See, if Bivol wins, then they have to have a rubber match. Beterbiev win, there's no reason not to fight. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.